Recently, I watched the series named Parasyte, The Grey, on Netflix. And I've already shared with you one short review regarding that. So in general, it was entertaining, but it was superficial. That's why I was not that much impressed, but I didn't have that much high hope for Netflix series anyways from the beginning. But as soon as I shared that short review with you guys, I received some messages about the anime related to that. The name of that anime was Parasyte the Maxim. And so from the beginning, I was not that much interested to watch because that was an anime. I thought, okay, maybe it will be childish. But as soon as I watched it, I changed my mind. I changed my mind about it because it was actually more mature than the TV series itself. And I'm going to tell you why. We are going to talk about it. And by the way, the comment section is open, so if you guys want to contribute, if you have any comments, please let me know about them as well. Hey guys, welcome. So, as I said, the anime was more than what I expected. I even changed my idea about anime because, you know, when you see it is plus 16, plus 18, it's not about, for example, having erotic scenes or violent, and it's not about that. Sometimes it's because it has mature contents as a terms of message, not just about those comments, those parts that I mentioned. So that's why I got a little bit interested in them. Maybe I give it a shot to other anime as well. We will see. But this one had some interesting points in it. For example, one thing I noticed which was interesting was related to disability or having any type of disorder or disease and how you deal with them. So it was a kind of like side message of this anime, and how you deal with that. Like you always suffer from it, you just get depressed because of it. But there is another way. Maybe you just use it as a kind of strength instead of just nagging about it all the time. Of course, in words it's so easy. When, for example, you get a very hard disease or disorder, it's not easy just to say, okay, I'm going to just look at the silver lining. I just want to be positive about it. Of course, in words it's so easy, but this kind of movies or series or anime, any type of them, they have powerful message, and if we can somehow use it in our own advantage, of course that could be a beautiful message to say. So in this anime, for example, that guy received that unwanted parasite, and that one actually brought him some superpower. So it was his choice whether to suffer from it because of his abnormality or use it as his own strength. So it was one side story, and but they didn't actually focus on that one that much. And in the series, there were some differences when you compare it to anime. For example, in the series, the person who received that parasite, but it didn't totally ruin her brain. She actually had kind of situation like, for example, DID patients. Like sometimes he doesn't remember even the other personality when that personality is in power. In this case, the parasite. So it reminded me of a DID patient. That's why it was interesting. But inside the anime, it was not that case. In anime, actually, the main character knew whenever the parasite got activated, and it was not related to losing memory or not remembering anything about it. So that was the main difference about that. But in the series, that part was actually interesting. Somehow it was related to DID patients. And for about the soundtrack of the anime was very interesting. I shared on my YouTube channel and the music list, music, named music. So if you will have time, also check it out. The soundtrack was very interesting. And the other message was inside this anime was related to human beings and in general ecosystem. So that part actually I found interesting that they mentioned that, for example, maybe human beings are more harmful to ecosystem as, for example, that parasite. So that was an interesting point. And in general, in nature, we can actually claim that that's true in so many cases, like how human beings just damage the whole ecosystem. So that's somehow true. Welcome, guys. Thank you for joining. Also, the comment section is open if you have any idea about these movies and series. I would love to hear from you as well. And also, the other message inside this anime was related to respecting other species. That one was also a good point. And also about the diet, how you have your diet and how it's related to ecosystem. Personally, I'm not a vegetarian, for example. That for some people, I get it. Why, for example, they don't want to eat some certain food. But anyway, this is also a part of ecosystem. It's your choices, what you want to eat. In this anime, they, for example, for the parasites, in order to survive, they thought from the beginning like they should just consume human beings. So that's a part of the ecosystem for them. But then later they understood they can even adjust to another diet, not to only consume human beings. So that part was actually interesting because in this anime they showed how human beings could be the target of the nature themselves in this way. So that was something to think about. So as you can see, it's not just a childish cartoon or it's just an anime. There are some messages in it that the series didn't have them. The series basically copied the main idea. The story was not that much strong because you already have those material and you have the facility to make the series. They didn't use it well. I think they could make it more mature for the viewers. But as I said, Netflix series tend to make superficial content, and that's why it didn't happen. And the other message was related to motherhood. Like the parasite actually was trying to understand in different bodies when they were consuming human beings, as I mentioned. So they try to understand also how human beings are, and at the same time they try to somehow adjust to the system as human beings, because these parasites couldn't survive without the bodies of these human beings, but they understood also socializing is important for them. One of the things they noticed, especially one character who got pregnant, was about motherhood. That part was very interesting. I mean that what they mentioned, like the love that mother has for her children, that's something extraordinary. Even the parasite realized that after, of course, making so many mistakes, even killing the mother of the character that she actually consumed. So that was very interesting thing to mention. Another one was about friendship. But for the friendship, I don't know if that one is as strong as the motherhood, because these days, can we really count on our friends that much that the parasite even got amazed by that? But if that's the case, of course, that could be nice. Okay, what about the negative points about this anime? Because I gave it 7 out of 10, which means good, because I usually don't give higher scores, higher than 5 that easily. And I will mention why, by the way, and I persuade you guys to do the same for other movies. But anyway, there are some negative points in it as well. Like, for example, the awkward relation that this main character has with other people around him. And in anime, maybe this is natural, but in Japanese content, you can see it also often. Like, they cannot handle relationship very well, and this is weird in general. So that was again inside this anime. And some of the contents were made for teenagers, although, as I said, in some of the anime they mentioned plus 16, plus 18, but still it seems that they are targeting teenage audience. So in this one, I'm not sure that whether they mention about the age, but it had so many violent scenes that I don't think it's suitable, at least less than 16, but I'm not sure. But in general, it contains so many things related for teenagers, which was, for example, not interesting for me. Maybe for teenagers, they would appreciate it. So at least it was not for me. And some unrealistic characters, like, for example, that girl who was the stalker somehow. She was all the time caring about the main character. She even had this ability to find him. So it was unnatural, and I think it decreased the level of the anime somehow, because for example, the unnatural thing was supposed to be related to Parasyte only, and we accept the idea and what you're trying to tell us about that, and the whole logic should be around it. If you again add another supernatural thing inside the series, so it drops the quality of the anime. So that was, I think, a bad idea. But the good thing about this character was showing like how you feel about someone who can understand you, because the main character was afraid even to tell his girlfriend about his problems and about the reality about this parasite, but he was opening up to that character. So it's nice always to have someone who understands you very well. That's why it was interesting. But other than that, I think it was a bad gamble for that character. I think it was better not to insert it inside this series. But sometimes they try to use these characters, extra characters, just to extend the number of episodes. And I think for this anime, it could be much less number of episodes. Like even maybe in 8 or 10 number of episodes, they could give the message very powerful. But that was their decision. I think they had so many action scenes which were not necessary. Also, they were childish as well. But after all, this is an anime, so they're trying to target a vast number of audience. So it's hard to judge them based on that.